Dear participants of the International Computer Science Workshop focusing on research advances, application of cloud technology in education, we invite your attention to the report on the results of the research on the topic Cloud Technologies for the Study of Artificial Intelligence in School. The Stanford Institute for Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence published its Artificial Intelligence Index in 2021. According to their findings, the demand for labor with artificial intelligence has increased significantly. During the pandemic, which has been going on for 2 years, global investments in the development of the artificial intelligence industry have increased by 30%. The world leaders are the United States and China, whose investments are more than 80% of investments in AI and blockchain development. This attention is due to the automation of processes, the use of artificial intelligence in businesses can increase its efficiency, save time and human resources. Over the past 10 years, the number of AI-related researches has increased from 14.2% to about 23% as of 2019. Among the research, there are publications with keywords about the ethics of artificial intelligence. Such growth is facilitated by powerful computing solutions, the development of cloud services, and access to a huge amount of open data. Despite fears, frustrations, misunderstanding, and winter in AI research, the level of acceptance of artificial intelligence is increasing rapidly. Canada published the world's first nation AI strategy in 2017. More than 30 other countries and regions have published similar documents as of December 2020. At the same time, humanity has come to understand the risks posed by the AI introduction. Therefore, countries are beginning to introduce regulatory documents that will help limit its use. For example, China and California state have introduced a law to punish people for misleading people with deepfake technology. Any videos or photos that carry manipulation or misinformation must be labeled accordingly. In mid-April 2021, the European Commission published a regulation draft governing the use of artificial intelligence. The regulation applies a risk-based approach, distinguishing between the AI use which creates an acceptable risk, includes all those AI systems that have significant potential for manipulating people's thoughts, subconscious technologies beyond their consequences, or exploiting the vulnerabilities of certain vulnerable groups, such as children or people with disabilities, in order to significantly distort their behavior in such a way that may cause them or other psychological or physical harm to the person. It also includes AI-based sources for general purposes, real-time biometric identifications systems in public places, etc. High-risk systems that pose a high potential risk to the health and safety of fundamental rights of individuals. In particular, there are technologies used in medicine, justice, employment. Low or minimal risk about tools such as chatbots, spam filters, music recommendations, etc. The main issue is users understanding they are interacting with the machine, not the person. It is not entirely clear to what extent this will affect the scope of AI. It will allow to form the rules on which AI further development will be based. It will also help to adequately assess not only the benefits but the risks of such system using. Ukraine is moving in this direction. The Association for the Development of Artificial Intelligence has developed and submitted to the government for approval the concept of the development of artificial intelligence in Ukraine until 2030. In December 2020, the government approved the concept. The main directions of the concept include improvement of secondary higher education and advanced training in order to train qualified professionals in the artificial intelligence, stimulating research in the field, in particular through grants. Simulation of internship in the AI, as well as the development of personnel retraining method who may lose their jobs due to automation in 5-10 years. Work for increase the cybersecurity level, improve legislation in the cybersecurity, application of artificial intelligence technologies in the defense and public administration, solving problems of state registers, use of AI in justice, in particular to prevent dangerous phenomena through analysis of available data. It is also about developing of a legal framework for the AI used in accordance with international standards. The concept covers 9 areas of artificial intelligence application, one of which is education. People use artificial intelligence without even realizing it. Every industry already has tools that use artificial intelligence technology. Examples include Google intelligent search, contextual advertising, mobile applications such as Reference, smart assistants such as Siri and Alexa, disease prediction tools, drone production, optimized personalized treatment recommendations, talk bots for marketing and service of customers, stock trading advisors, email spam filters, social media monitoring tools for dangerous content of or false news, song or TV show recommendations from Spotify and Netflix, and more. Therefore, there is a need to consequently use this tool and expand its scope. One way is to learn the basics of AI in the curricula of schools, universities for future teachers, as well as in informal education. It raises the question of using available tools to learn the AI basics. Most of the current development are in the form of cloud resources. Therefore, the purpose of this article is to review of existing AI basics training programs and identify available cloud tools for studying AI performance. The first step of curricular development to study the basics of artificial intelligence by students in Ukraine was the course 10-11 grade Informatics Artificial Intelligence, developed with the UNICEF program by Oksana Pasyshuk, Oleksiy Molchanovsky, Viacheslav Osoulenko, Veronika Tamoya-Flores. It contains the adapted versions of the AI course and test materials. The analysis of scientific publications on education in the artificial intelligence showed the majority of curricula are presented by universities in Ukraine in the form of textbooks and articles. In part, these curricula are presented in schools and lyceums that actively cooperate with universities or their teachers. Widespread use of AI in various fields and everyday life poses the task of mastering the basic skills of its use and understanding the principles of work in the school study. Therefore, the question of defining basic terms is relevant. Transferring the simplest task into terms and analogies available to a particular age group, it is a separate task. Usually, using the terms artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, neural network is often a substitution of concepts. To begin the introduction of the study of artificial intelligence basics, it is necessary to meet the following conditions. Certain tasks in terms and analogies that will be learned clear to a certain age group. Selection of tools, it will ensure the task performance and the appropriate level of skills. Development of learning course concepts and determination of expected learning outcomes. Among the tasks that can be set and solved with the help of AI is the development of smart systems that will help not only in businesses or office, but also at home. Smart systems can perform many tasks, from setting the alarm to turning the light on/off. Another task for AI is to collect data from different portals. With machine learning, you can apply different algorithms of the data to get it in the right shape. The task of obtaining recommendations based on what customers view or buy in the online store is also performed on the basics of AI machine learning. It will also help to make more profit for the business. When it comes to buying a product or service, visiting a website and using the helplines through all online chat or chat window is the norm in today's online stores. This 24/7 help is only possible tasks to AI chatbot. Modern electronic dictionaries and search engineers also use AI to translate text or issue search queries based on text or images. Some of these tasks can be considered in lessons in the form of simplified tasks. Example. Image recognizer. Using the platform, images of any object, such as a toy, are added to the database, and then by expanding the detection of the human body and objects, it is raised to the camera, and the program detected the toy and names it. Second, language recognizer. Design own intelligent chatbot with artificial intelligence. It is possible to create a chatbot that recognizes the language and converts it into text using the language recognition extension, and then accordingly this chatbot answers the questions. Third, recognizer of the face or body parts. For example, development or a visualization system based on face recognition. It can be, for example, a system of automatic door unlocking using face recognition. Fourth, home automation based on artificial intelligence. Control devices with voice commands using artificial intelligence, speech recognition technology. To fulfill the first condition, we have established 3 stages of studying artificial intelligence in schools. Familiarity with the AI capabilities. It is designed to create an idea of the AI functions, its importance in human life and in life of professional processes. Second, construction of own machine learning programs in designers. The aim is to get acquainted with the stages of built-in recognition programs and the AI basics concepts, neural networks, set data sampling, sample size, etc. The transition to programming. This stage involves the study of the mathematical foundation of neural network and programming. In the previous stages, this mechanism was hidden from students by the functions of services. At this stage, there is a detailed study of the neural network, the principles of its training, data set, and their markup. At the first stage, there is an acquaintance with AI technologies, an example of its use and basic terms, mastering on this subject. There are a number of cloud services that help build the necessary knowledge and build interdisciplinary and integrated research. Such services are DALL-E, a neural network called DALL-E that creates images from text caption for a wide range of concepts expressible in your natural language. It allows combining a variety of things that combine real and imaginary scenes. Students can be asked to choose text captions and discuss, is this possible? How can this created? How do others perceive it? What does it take to put this into practice, etc. Recognition of emotional is a separate topic of AI training. Scientists have launched a game to show how artificial intelligence recognizes emotions. In classes, it will be appropriate to discuss the ability to understand emotions. Even recognizing their emotion is not so easy, and to teach artificial intelligence to recognize our emotion is a task of the highest level. The topic of images recognition can be considered on the example of Google QuickDraw. The software gives task to draw a particular object, and AI must guess what the user drew. It will be useful for learning to discuss the stages of creation and solving pictures. The system accompanies each stage of image construction by voice. It is possible to track the dynamics of the AI approach to the correct answer. It is interesting to gradually analyze the image elements, which are clearly defined by the system for its identification. How many traits did it take to identify? How fast did the image system recognize? What and how many features are needed to recognize a cat, a dog, a person? Will the image be recognized from a non-standard point of view? Why are there problems with the identification of people, animals, objects by intelligent systems? How to prevent it? What are the good, bad consequences of identification? Ethical issues of data security and privacy. When the AI functionality is studied, it is possible to move on the second stage, building your own machine learning program in designers. You can use the following cloud technologies. First, Makeblock has 5 AI tools: mental services, machine learning, text-to-speech conversion, and translation. Second, PictoBlox has tools for computer version, face recognition, optical characters recognition, language recognition, machine learning, ethics in AI, Internet of Things. Teachable Machine is a service from Google. It can recognize images, voice commands, human movements. The third training stage is the translation to programming. It is aimed as mastering the fundamentals of algorithms and programming. Kaggle is a platform for analytics and predictive modeling competitions. For example, can be used to support this stage. On the platform, you can create your own laptops with algorithms and participate in competition in big data. Technologies are changing and countries are trying to anticipate their development and regulate them by standards. It also forces the economy to move in the extension direction of development and to look for workers who are knowledgeable in technology and technologically literate. It doesn't mean the ability to program. It means understanding the principles of operating and using technology as effectively as possible. In examples of daily activities, we see manifestation of chatbots, neural networks, machine learning. So far, these technologies are in a disparate state. But in the future, we expect their integration and interaction, the development of so-called storing intelligence. Being able to recognize their work, know the principles of their operation, predict the consequences of use, consciously use. This is a exhaustive list of what should be able to a person familiar with the technologies of artificial intelligence. Our task was to consider the available cloud resources that allows classes for students of different ages and for different classes, not only computer science. We also found that some of these tools are fairly easy to use and can be used as a means of generating tasks in classes in art, ethics, literature, and other school subjects that are not related to the natural sciences. So, cloud technologies allows to form technological literacy in children of an early school age. The knowledge formation is in fundamental subjects requires a more formalized approach and performance of tasks on large data sets. There are resources allowed to consider the construction and operation of artificial intelligence algorithms, where analysis and development of a course for the study of artificial intelligence for adolescents, the purpose of our next research. Thank you for your attention.